everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. So today is a Walmart haul, but this video is actually going to be a setup video for two more videos that we're doing this week. So that's a little hint of what's going on. I'm trying to get everything, because it's all currently out of reach. Because why would I prepare ahead of time? That's not like me at all, right? So I went to Walmart, and I knew before we went to Walmart that I was going to want to go in and look at the yarn. I am not a big fan of Walmart. I've said that before on the channel. I just don't like the crowds of people in Walmart. I don't like going to such a huge store for a lot of times a little bit here and there. And that's usually what we run into Walmart for, is like one or two things. And to me, it's just like, it's a big hassle to go to Walmart for one or two things. I should probably put my phone in airplane mode so people are not bothering me while I'm filming, because that's really distracting and a little bit rude. Apologize. That was Mr. Cinnamon. He is at work. He misses me, so he texts me or emails me throughout the day just to, you know, see how I'm doing and whatever. Let me know how his day's going. Back to Walmart. I went to Walmart to buy shipping labels because, as you know, I did an Etsy update and I needed to mail out, I don't know, like 15 packages. So I ran out of the shipping labels because Juju and I have been sharing the shipping labels, and she has been like just plowing through pack after pack after pack of shipping labels, which is crazy. By the way, anyone who has purchased anything from her shop, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the support. I was going to try, because I have stitch markers on my table here somewhere that she made for her mommy. I feel so spoiled by her. She makes me like all the cutest ones. Like, I have first dibs to her stock before anyone else, which is awesome. But I'm going to show you a couple of her stitches. She doesn't have any in her shop right this second, but she's working on an update probably this weekend. She made me this cute little turtle. I realized I have to hold things there a little bit longer because my light, I'm going to turn my light down a little bit. Maybe I'll stop it from blowing out so much. She made me a candy corn. Is that not cute? Okay. People have a love-hate relationship with candy corn. I loved candy corn when I was a little girl. As a matter of fact, they were my favorite candies in the whole world. And I would trade like chocolate bars for candy corn, because I've never been like a big chocolate type. Chocolate is not my favorite. And so I would trade my sisters for their candy corn. I can't stand it now as an adult. It's just way too sweet, but you know. What is this? Oh, this is cute. A mummy for her mum. That's what she calls me. She calls me mum. Is that not cute? I love his little facial expressions. And then this one is super cute. She made me a parrot. I love birds. I had a parakeet when I was a teenager. Hold still. Actually, he looks like a cockatoo. Not cockatoo. A toucan. Toucan. Reminds me of the song from the Tiki Room. I'm not going to sing it though. A witch's hat. Actually, is that one backwards? This is like a stained glass witch's hat. She has more of these charms. She just has to make them into stitch marks. Actually, I have two of the witch's hats. She made me a matching ghost. Cute. And then a blood splatter ball. It's just blood splatter. Like I said, we really like Halloween around this house. I love these so much. She's creative. She's talented. Like, I'm so proud of her for finding something that is, you know, her. And the crazy thing is she's very, she's shy. She's antisocial. She's very, like, refrained. She doesn't really talk to people a whole lot. And because she has her shop now, she's gaining like so much confidence, and she's like talking to people at school. And she just texted me a little while ago, and I know if she watched my video, she'd be totally embarrassed I'm telling you this. She goes to a career center in the mornings to do career training for possible future careers. She's doing food I don't remember the exact name of the class, but she's working in a kitchen with an actual chef and doing like chef stuff, which is really hard on her because now that she has gluten issues and she's got to be careful, she can't eat or taste anything that he's having her make because he put her on the baker team. Like, yeah, that's real nice. Put a kid with gluten intolerance on the baking team. Anyway, that's not the point. It's not the point, but there's a girl she goes there with who actually works at a local store here that she knows, and she told the girl today, she like opened up and was talking to this girl, which I think is awesome and not like her at all, but I think she needs this. I definitely think she needs this because I know that she's lonely. And she started talking to this girl. She's always so embarrassed to come into your store because she's looking for the Squishmallows. She loves the Squishmallows. There's big stuffies that are really squished like a marshmallow. And the girl's all, well, give me your number. If we get any that come in, I'll text you. And I was like, oh, that was so cool. So I think a lot of her confidence is coming from the shop. So anyone that has supported her, I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. Back to Walmart that I don't like going into. And we went to, I had to go buy my own shipping labels because Juju used up all of the shipping labels and then bought more and used all those and then bought more and used all those. So I think I'm gonna have to probably order a really big pack from Amazon or something. She also bought herself some mailers so that she had her own mailers, which I thought was really cool. Anyway, so while I'm looking at the mailers, if you have a similar layout to your store that I do, the mailers is in the office supplies, which is right adjacent to the yarn section. So I had to go check out the yarn section. I had to. It's the law. So, you guys already know. You already know. And we were not at my local Walmart. We had to go to a Walmart a little further away from my house because my local Walmart, they don't have a lot of office supplies. They barely have any yarn at all. And this other location is known for having, like, when someone says, hey, Walmart has new yarn. This Walmart specifically, that is not next to my house, has better yarn and usually has a better chance of me actually finding yarn I wanted. And actually, I got a message, I think it was on my Facebook group. I get a lot of messages, so forgive me if I don't remember exactly who sent it or where the message came in, but someone on one of the multi-platforms that I'm on sent me a thing saying Premier Yarns is at Walmart. And Premier Yarns has always been at Walmart. They have the Serenity and they have the Puzzle yarn, which are both really big skeins of yarn, which I mean makes sense because Walmart is known for having cheaper product and like bigger products. Like you can buy bulk items at Walmart. I don't know if you know that, but there's like a whole section in Walmart of like bulk size items like giant ketchups and salsas and big cans of nacho cheese like this. Absolutely ridiculous. Pickles jars that are big enough to fit a child in. Which don't last in my house at all because Juju loves pickles. And Mr. Cinnamon, who has never liked pickles, now loves pickles. And my little sister, Baby Paprika, if she's ever over here, both her and Baby Girl love pickles. So, like, pickles is a big deal in our house. Which is crazy because I have not made any pickles this year. Anyway, so while I was going to Walmart, I definitely wanted to check out because I was notified that they had one of my favorite Premier yarns ever, which is the Bloom Chunky. Now, you might notice there's a drastic difference in the size of this ball because this is the normal size of the Bloom Chunky. Now, Bloom yarn is unique and beautiful in the fact that when you knit it specifically, but also if you crochet in single crochets, you will get a beautiful patterned yarn. I don't have the hat that I made out of this yarn, but I have made hats out of this in the past. And also they have a Bloom, which is a lightweight number 3 as well, which is like, oh, it is beautiful yarn. It's a lightweight number 3. It's really on the thin side, but it is so silky smooth. And I'm sticky a little bit, so I need some lotion. Hang on, I apologize. Every time I take a shower, I need to lotion up, and I tend to forget before I get on here. But anyway, it will make a striping pattern. The one I got does not have a striping pattern, but I will show you the label in a second. The pink one that I showed you, the smaller ball, it has pink and purple and white stripes, and in the white stripes is, I wouldn't call them speckles, but they're definitely splotches, and when you knit them specifically, they look like flowers, which is why the yarn is called Bloom. I'm sorry, I am having to put on lotion, but I put too much on and I gotta rub it in. The splotches in the yarn make flowers. And you can also achieve the effect if you use single crochet, which is absolutely beautiful. But this is the size that they sell on Premier Yarns for $4.99. And this is the ball that is available at Walmart for $4.97. It's 2 cents cheaper for the bigger ball at Walmart. So I was very excited, and I've never seen this colorway before. This is Gerbera. Let's see if we can get my camera to not blow out. This is so beautiful. This is the effect that you get from the yarn. And this is a knit blanket, and with this specific colorway, which is on the label, you get those beautiful white patches and then like a flowered row, which is gorgeous. It works up so pretty. And because it's chunky, it works up really fast. So if you're just learning knitting, this yarn is fantastic. You will have like a hat or a cowl or something in a very short span of time. Like, I'm talking like an hour, you could probably knit it. Well, if you're a beginner, it might be a couple hours because knitting is a lot slower than crochet. But I was so excited. I was like, that's double the size. And it is exactly double the size. This is 100 grams, 109 yards. This is 200 grams, 218 yards for 2 cents less. I was so happy, so I'm probably going to take another trip to Walmart. Let's be real. I'm going to stock up on the big balls because the big balls are cheaper than the small balls, and I really like this yarn. And this blanket that is on here, I looked up the pattern for that because it's beautiful. And it takes 5 of these balls to make a blanket, which is not bad at all. And that's like a lapgan size blanket. So, or a toddler size blanket, which I believe are about the same size. I was so excited to see that. I actually got 2 of these in this colorway. I don't know what I'm going to make with these. I'm probably going to make a hat. I'm probably going to make a hat. But that chunky blanket is so pretty. So this is just it's 100% acrylic. It's not like soft, smooth, silky like the Bloom DK, but it's not rough at all. Like, it's not. And I gladly wear this around my face and around my neck without a problem at all. It does have, like, you can feel that there's texture in the ball. It is not as smooth, but this is very similar to, if you've ever used Premier Toy Box, which is discontinued now, this feels very similar to Toy Box. It works up the same as Toy Box. The only thing that I have had a problem with this is I made Little Man a hat out of the Toy Box yarn, not the Bloom, because the Bloom is a little more feminine he doesn't like that. And so I made him one out of the Toy Box yarn, which feels exactly the same. And it fuzzed up really, really quick. Like, really quick. So this is better for someone who's not a little kid, not rough and tumble and dirty. And like a dirt magnet like little boys. This would be good for, I could see putting this on, like, Juju would have been just fine wearing this when she was little because she was not rough and tumble. She was very, I didn't want to get dirty. I mean, she played hard, but she was more princess imagination, Barbie, stuff like that. I apologize. It is allergy season. This is probably going to last until February or March. So we always get sneezy, coughy, congested this time of the year. And the one thing that this does not like is coats with Velcro. Little Man had a little tiny square of Velcro here and here for his hood, and his hat that was made out of this type of yarn, it just would stick to it, and it fuzzed and fuzzed and fuzzed, and I threw it in the washer because it was dirty from him playing so hard, and it turned into a fuzz ball. So keep that in mind if you're going to buy this yarn. I do recommend it though, and it is Okotex certified against harmful chemicals, so this is safe for baby skin or people that have like immune system issues. It's guaranteed that the chemicals that are in this plastic based yarn, which is what acrylic is not going to harm your skin. So I like the Okotex yarn very much. I love the certification on there. It just makes it, yeah, I know that it's not going to cause issues with my skin, and it makes me feel a little safer. But I was so excited, like, cheaper and a bigger bowl. Yes, thank you. And then while I was looking, I was like, okay, I have only recently discovered that I like Bernat yarn, because the Bernat yarn that is available to me locally mostly is blanket yarn, and I hate blanket yarn. Hate it. I don't like the way it feels. It is very much a texture thing to me. I don't like working with it because it's squeaky when it's on any hook that I use. I don't like the final product when it works up. I'm not a fan of that type of yarn. And if you are, that's perfectly fine. But it's not, I just don't like blanket yarn. And so, cue Oreo, she had to open the door because she couldn't reach me. And so I was very judgmental. I was like, oh, Bernat. But when I went to Michigan and we did the shopping trip with baby Paprika, my sister, those videos are linked in the Paprika or the Spicy Sisters playlist. There's a playlist of the videos that contain me and her together. I got some Brunette Premium from Meyer, which Meyer is a grocery store. It's very much like a super Walmart. It's like a Walmart. Except it is only like in the Midwest area. It is not Fred Meyer. It is totally different. It's spelled with a J. It is its own store. And they had a yarn thing, and like I was so excited, and I was like, oh, this Bernat feels so good. Totally fell in love with Bernat. So now I know that when I see Bernat, I need to give it a second look and a try. AC Moore used to carry Bernat, and they do not, well, AC Moore doesn't exist anymore, but like I never tried the Bernat from AC Moore. I was always drawn to Premier Yarns. It's what I first knew, it's what I first loved. But now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give Bernat a little try. So we're branching out a little bit, trying some new yarns. So they had Bernat Baby Sport. And the reason that it's called Sport is because it's a sport weight, I believe. Lightweight number 3. So, and it is very thin. Come on. It's too bright. It's too bright. Those are the colors for this one. This is the color Baby Ombre. And like I said, it's a lightweight number 3. It says tested for harmful substances, but it does not have the Okotex seal on it. So I don't know what that means. And it is, I believe, 100% acrylic. Yeah, 100% acrylic. 861 yards. What did I pay for this? Where's my receipt? I just had it. Bernat, baby, $6.97 for 861 yards. Not bad. It's an 8.5 ounce ball. Machine washable and dryable. Recommends a 4mm hook, which I probably would use about a 4.5 or a 5 because it's just how I roll. So this one is the, what I say, baby ombre. And then I also got it, I figured this one was more gender neutral. Come on. It's more gender neutral. And then this next one is Tiny Tulips. I just thought that was so pretty. And this reminded me a little bit of the colorway from Mary Maxim a little bit. I just think that is so pretty. I think that would make a beautiful shawl. And it has corals in it. And if any of you know, coral is my favorite color. Well, it's one of my favorite colors. See the coral next to the purple and the green? It's so pretty. So I got those two because I really wanted to try them out. What am I going to make with these? I have no idea because I just don't know. It's not as soft as the Bloom yarn, which is weird because the baby yarn. It probably will wash up softer. It's a little bit itchy on my skin, but it might just be because I just got out of the shower because it doesn't feel necessarily rough on my hands. It might just be that my skin is sensitive because I just showered. But that's not bad. So $6.97 each for those. And then I was like, okay, well, what does Walmart have going on? Because my local Walmart is terrible. Their yarn department is like less than one of my bookshelves of yarn. It's so bad. And actually, when I went to this Walmart, they had the little, I don't know if you can see them, they're probably blurry right here, the Sesame Street yarns from Lion Brand with the little bobblehead thing on it. They had Oscar the Grouch and the Abby Cadabby one, but somebody stole the Abby Cadabby right off the yarn and just threw the yarn back like it was garbage. I was so upset by that. I have been wanting the Abby Cadabby to go with my collection. My daughter loves Abby Cadabby, so I needed an Abby Cadabby. But I know that they have them on Hirschner's, but I think it's silly to place an order just for Abby Cadabby from Hirschner's. And as a matter of fact, last time I checked, they weren't even in stock at Hirschner's. So anyway, so I wanted to check out and see what else Walmart had in the Mainstays department. Because I heard about this yarn a while ago, and I haven't purchased it. Why? I don't need any cotton yarn. I have so much cotton yarn, it's ridiculous. And I don't use it that often. But I've caught really great sales on cotton yarns. I've caught closeout deals on cotton yarns, and I overstocked it, thinking I was going to make a ton of washcloths. And it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. Cue the dogs. They're going to walk in and walk right back out, because God forbid that door stay closed. We're just going to leave it open. You can see the door. It's fine here. Ta-da! Door's gone. So I grabbed one of these. This is the Mainstay 100% cotton. It is 180 yards. It's a medium number 4. It is the color opaline green. So I just gotta leave it a little bit longer so that the color slowly fades down. That's not quite accurate. It's a little blown out, but it's like a really light minty, yeah, like a minty, I don't even know, like a minty blue. It's almost blue-green. It's pretty, but the reason I bought this is because this week I'm going to do a comparison. I have this, and I have some other 100% cotton yarns that I want to compare it to, so we're going to have a cotton comparing contest. But I'm doing apples to apples, 100% yarn to 100% yarn. 100% cotton to 100% cotton. They're all 100% yarn. You can tell my brain is working faster than my mouth, and so like by the time my mouth catches up, my brain has moved on to something else. I'm going to do a review on this yarn this week. Mainstay cotton versus 2 other 100% cotton yarns. So I can give you guys an idea, and we're going to do prices too, because the number one comment I was getting with the Hirschner's and the Mary Maxim yarn is that they don't purchase yarn on the internet because they can't feel it, touch it. So I figure if I can show you guys yarn that you can feel and touch at the store, like Walmart yarn, because Walmart is most readily available to, I think, most of you. If I can show you something that is available through Walmart that you guys can touch, feel, it will give you an idea about other cottons at other stores to give you a comparison so you don't have to go to the store necessarily. So, you know, that's my idea anyway. But this was $2.98 for 180 yards of 100% cotton. So, it's soft enough. I definitely would make a top out of that. And then finally, the last one that I got was this one. And this is knit yarn, but it's not knit yarn, it's anti-pilling acrylic. So you guys can probably figure out why I got this one. I got a skein of the Mainstays anti-pilling acrylic yarn. It is 100% anti-pilling acrylic, I believe. Yes, 100% acrylic, machine washable, tumble dry, do not dry clean. It's a medium number 4, 240.6 yards. This is the color green, although that's not green at all. Again, it's very similar to this color. And that's why I got them, because I was like, you know, they kind of go together. Even though they're not going to go on a project together ever. This was $2.46. So, the cotton was almost 50 cents more. Alright then, so I figured we're going to take this and compare it to my favorite anti-pilling acrylic of all time, Premier Everyday. And we're going to do another little, it's going to be just a quick video. I'm going to run over the stats of each of these, the prices, and then do a swatch and show you guys and tell you what I think and all of that. So that's what we're going to have for the rest of the week. Some of that. I also placed a Premier order because they have another new yarn, and we're going to review that as soon as it comes. It just shipped today, and I ordered it last week, so who knows when it's going to get here. It's 5 hours from me, but, you know, I could drive down there in 5 hours and pick it up and be back in another 5 hours, but it's probably going to take like 5 days to get here. Because for some reason, it can't just come straight up to me. It has to go up and around, and sometimes it goes to West Virginia, sometimes it goes to DC, sometimes it does go to Richmond and then to me. But like, there's no telling where this yarn is going to go. There's no telling. So anyway, that's it for today. I actually had fun shopping at Walmart for yarns, and I think I'm going to, well, I know for a fact I'm going to go back and I'm going to buy some more of the Bloom, because they did have the other colors. They had this in the big ball, this same colorway, and this one is Tulip. This one is Gerbera. But yeah, I think this is so pretty. This reminds me of, there is a cotton, and I think it's from Premier. I think it's called Jelly Dots. And this reminds me of that because it's like a cream base with like little dots of color. And that's what this reminds me of. Except these dots of color are bigger splotches and they like line up in a row. But yeah, I really wouldn't mind knitting myself that little tiny blanket right there. Have a little lapkin like that. It just looks so pretty and squishy. And beautiful. And beautiful. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you tomorrow with probably the cotton comparison, and then we'll save the acrylic for after that. And yeah, bye guys.